Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
We have new information this noon on a car-bicycle crash in Jamestown. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Christine Stanwood. A teenage boy has died from injuries suffered in the accident last week. The Jamestown Sun newspaper is reporting that police have confirmed 14-year-old Christopher A. Roach died Sunday at Sanford Health in Fargo. He was hurt 1 week ago today when the bike he was riding was hit by a truck. A North Dakota man is in the hospital after crashing into a semi while riding his ATV. The Richland County Sheriff says 59-year-old Cletus Linen of Fairmount was hurt when he pulled out of a driveway yesterday and hit a semi. The driver of the semi was not hurt. The Barnes County Sheriff's Office is looking for a vehicle of interest after discovering a homemade explosive device in Fingal, North Dakota yesterday. They're asking for the public's assistance in identifying a Toyota or Mazda white extended cab pickup. Now, if you have any information about the vehicle or those involved in making this device, you are asked to contact the Barnes County Sheriff's Office at 701-845-8530. A rough reminder today about how bad summer weather can get. Heavy hail pounded North Texas for about 20 minutes yesterday, causing damage to crops and property. Ice balls ranged from quarter size all the way up to 2 inches. And we had a few pop-up showers in the valley yesterday, but what about today? Let's check in with meteorologist Robert Hahn. Robert?
Yeah, we had a few showers and storms yesterday evening, also a few showers and storms earlier this morning. And as we head through the day today, we'll see that chance for an isolated shower storm. Right now, it looks like the best chances east of the Red River. But until then, get out there and enjoy the sunshine. Mostly sunny skies across the region and most temperatures in the 70s. However, we've jumped up to 80 degrees already here in Fargo, 78 in Sisseton, 77 in Wahpeton. Winds relatively light. They'll remain relatively light. However, you will see some strong and gusty winds in and around any showers and storms that do develop. Did have some cloudiness this morning along with a little bit of rain, but that is continuing to push off towards the east and the northeast. And again, later today, a chance for a few isolated showers and storms, best chance east of the Red River. Tomorrow, a better chance for some showers and storms across much of the region. Some of those storms could be strong, and we'll have details on that as well as a look at the rest of the next 7 days coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Robert. A developing story out of Pennsylvania where a key hearing is underway in the assault case involving entertainer Bill Cosby. He's accused of drugging and sexually assaulting a former Temple University employee at his mansion in 2004. The proceedings will determine if there is enough evidence to bring the criminal sexual assault case against him to trial. His accuser did not attend today's hearing. Dozens of women have accused the entertainer of sexual assault, but this is the only criminal case against him because the statutes of limitations had not run out. A shakeup at the TSA. The head of security there is being reassigned. Kelly Hogan was the subject of a testimony in a House hearing for questionable staffing and bonus decisions. His ouster comes amid growing concerns of massive security lines at airports this summer. A man is facing several charges after allegedly breaking into a Lakes Country home naked. The Otter Tail County Sheriff's Office says Tyler Janowkowski was confronted and got into a fight with a homeowner in Otter Tail, Minnesota yesterday morning. The homeowner was able to hold the suspect in the home until deputies arrived. Janowski is being held on charges of burglary, theft, and assault. Investigators believed controlled substance abuse was a contributing factor in the incident. Police say it could take weeks to find out what caused an explosion and fire at a Detroit Lakes gas pump. Take a look at what it looked like as people drove by. It happened just around 5 o'clock yesterday on the Cynics gas station on Highway 34. Police say the driver at the pump told them her car was turned off, and surveillance video shows she wasn't smoking or on the phone. No one was hurt, and Cynics employees shut off the pumps as soon as they spotted the fire. The U.S. Bank Plaza site in downtown Fargo is going to be a home to a new high-rise. Ground is expected to be broken this fall for the Block 9 project. The 18-story tower will be built on Broadway at 2nd Street and will include retail space, a hotel, and even condos. The City Commission approved a series of tax breaks last night to get the project off the ground. It's expected to take about 2 years to complete. The 13th Avenue Road project in South Fargo is going to be a little more closed off for the rest of the week. The north side intersection at 13th Avenue and 43rd Street is closed while contractors work on underground utilities. The intersection closure is expected to last until the end of the week. Lightning is to blame for a power outage overnight that put almost 400 households in the dark. Cass County Electric says a bolt hit a power pole around 11 p.m. People impacted were in Fargo, West Fargo, and Mapleton. Power was restored by 2:30 a.m. And even Beyonce is no match for Mother Nature. Lightning caused a 45-minute delay at her concert at TCF Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities last night. Thousands of fans had to seek shelter in the concourse and nearby Mariucci Arena, but were back in their seats by 9:30 and ready for the show to go on. Local police believe a series of bomb threats to area schools were all related, but they don't think it was a credible threat. Cheney Middle School in West Fargo and Century Elementary School in Grand Forks were evacuated yesterday as police conducted searches of the buildings. Bomb threats were also reported in Rochester, Minnesota, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Madison, Wisconsin, and Cheyenne, Wyoming, among other places. People in Fargo may need to relearn their recycling habits. City commissioners last night approved a contract with Minn Kota Recycling and are looking into a single sort system where you could put everything in one bin. A study is underway to estimate costs and interest before a final decision is made. Muscle cars are making a comeback as reproductions of the originals, but one study shows that the new versions aren't all that cool when it comes to safety tests. Coming up, what crash tests showed the Camaro, Mustang, and Challenger. And later, a dry rub for ribs to beef up your grilling game. But next, we have weather to plan your day.